This picture aims at helping Mela community understand how to stay safe and get ready for big storm and flooding. This picture aims also shown about how we can protect them land and animals from fires. I'm also going to help about us by thinking about how to stay healthy and teaching about us some first aid. Floods. We live along an area where we get about a lot of flood. If there's gonna be water on the road, think about it carefully before you cross them.
Here's a little song about a family of 10 who had to go into town and then come back again. On a dry day, well, this would have been fine, but the weather was wet, so the dangers were high. They packed into the troopy and they left a bit of space for the things they had to buy, and they had no time to waste. On the way into town, well, the crossing was fine. The creek was up, but it wasn't very high. So without a care, they crossed it to the other side, because they crossed it before like a million times. They spent the day in town stocking up on supplies, and the sun was out, so the weather seemed fine. So they packed in again and went out on their way with a loaded treepie from the shopping for the day. When they got to the crossing, well, the water was calm, but according to the marker, it had risen quite high. So the driver took a look at the surface of the creek, which had swollen to a river but seemed mild and meek. He judged by the weight it would stay on track, but at the bottom of the crossing, well, there was a big crack. And to the right of the road, about a mile or two, a big storm was coming, and he knew what to do. He jumped in the car and he turned the key and he said out loud, "Hold on, family." The car moved forward and all seemed well into the middle of the creek where the current had swell. The water was strong and he tried to go back, but the water took the car, pushed it straight into the crack. Force of the water pushed the car on its side and they were all swept away like a boat on the tide. If it's flooded, forget it, or else you might regret it. Don't try to cross flood waters, no way. If it's flooded, forget it. You gotta take this message and spread it. Slow down, turn around and don't drown. And at another point, a few k's up the track, some kids are entering the crossing and they're trying to get back. Out in the bush getting tucker all day, and the crossing was dry when they came out this way. But now it's full and it's moving very fast, but they all know how to swim, it was easy in the past. So they cross as a group, but the track washes out and they're swept downstream as they scream and shout. A couple of kids are hit by a log moving under the water amongst all the bog. They should have been clockwise crossing creeks in flood, cause a crocodile is coming slinking fast through the mud. If it's flooded, forget it, or else you might regret it. Don't try to cross flood waters, no way. If it's flooded, forget it. You gotta get this message and spread it. Slow down, turn around and don't drown. As for our family of 10, lucky nobody drowned. They're on top of the car, water rushing all around. The sound of a boat can be heard from afar as it smashes through the creek on its way to the car. The SES rescues them one by one and place them all on the bank so they're dry in the sun. That mob in orange are giving their time, put themselves in danger, saving lives. Forget it, or else you might regret it. Don't try to cross flood waters, no way. If it's flooded, forget it. You gotta take this message and spread it. Slow down, turn around and don't drown. As we cut to a year after all this fuss, now the family know that it's time to discuss all the safety factors of the stormy season. Never cross flood waters, not for any reason. Just wait till the waters drain away and come down, and you know for sure it's safe and sound. Listen to the radio and search the internet until you know for sure it's safe to travel in the wet. If it's flooded, forget it, or else you might regret it. Don't try to cross flood waters, no way. If it's flooded, forget it. You gotta get this message and spread it. Slow down, turn around and don't drown. Flood waters at a river crossing are dangerous. There have been many accidents where people try to cross rivers through floodwaters. Every wet season, many cars get swept away. Every year, people drown. It is very dangerous to cross floodwaters. Even if it looks safe to cross, it is not safe. It is dangerous. It is dangerous because you cannot see what is happening underneath the water. For example, even though the river may look calm on the surface, it might be moving very fast and very strong underneath the surface. The road may have washed away. There may be driftwood or other dangerous things in the water. And of course,
In the top end, there can always be crocodiles in the water. When people get into trouble in floodwaters, the emergency service do their job to rescue them. The emergency service are the people dressed in orange that you see whenever there is an emergency. They are regular people who give their time to help in an emergency. Sometimes the emergency service save people's lives. So if you are at a river crossing, if it's flooded, forget it. Even if you've been travelling all day and you're really keen to get home, slow down, turn around, and don't drown.
If it's flooded, forget it, or else you might regret it. Don't try to cross flood waters, no way. If it's flooded, forget it. You gotta get this message and spread it. Slow down, turn around, and don't drown.
During wet season, we worry about a flood. We get about all kind of weather this time of year. It's hot and it rain a lot. Sometimes that weather is really bad and a dangerous one. We get about a lot of thunderstorm along a wet season. Sometimes it can rain a little bit time. Sometimes it can rain a long time. Sometimes we get about strong wind. There can be big mob lightning and rain all day. When we get about thunderstorm, it's better to stay safe and stay inside. We can get about big wind and make about tree fall down. Sometimes we can get about a lot of rain. Sometimes when road and drains they get about flooded, they're very dangerous because that water it move quick one, even when it's shallow one. When that sky got a big mob cloud and him gray or black one all day, it might gotta be monsoon. That monsoon might him come 2 times every wet season, and mainly him come between January and April. When in monsoon season, it can rain heavily all day one non-stop. The heavy rain it can make him but flood. And sometimes that on road, you can buy them but for a couple of days. The biggest thing we worry about in the wet season, all the community on the coast is cyclones. We sabi they gotta bring about strong wind and big mob rain. Cyclone is dangerous one, no matter if they big one or little one. When cyclone cross about that coast, sometimes they move inland way and bring about big mob rain, heavy one. The rain it can make them but river and roads flooded. Sometimes flooding can be all day one, and it's dangerous to travel along a road. When river flood, it can take about all day one along that water to go back down again. Sometimes after him flood, we can use them but that road along 1 week or mighty long time. Bureau of Meteorology, BOM. The Bureau of Meteorology, or BOM or a weather expert. They give us information so we can sabi if floodwater or storm gotta look like him coming mile away. And they can tell them about mela when they think a flood or storm might gotta hit them by our community. You can find about different information on all about website or get them about all about free app on your smartphone. There's an app called BOM Weather. Australian Red Cross. The general worker along a Red Cross office will show them about how get them about ready for emergency. Emergency can happen like anyone, anytime, and they can be little one or big one. Emergencies, things like a fire in your house, or when somebody need them but doctor, quick one, or muriga crash. Make sure you're ready for all kind of emergencies. If you got them but everything ready, when emergency come, did you know the thing when you get them but ready, gotta help them but you and your family stay safe. And after that an emergency, life can go back normal one easily. Did you plan from Australian Red Cross mob planga help get them but ready for emergencies. Diyan plan him got a 4 step. Look close up planga ditma 4 steps. Step 1. Be knowledgeable. Think about which an emergency might gotta happen langa you and your family. Which things might gotta happen. Cyclone, bushfire, floodwater, accident, and motor accident. Think about might how you gotta feel and what you gotta do but if they gotta be emergency. You might gotta get stressed, scared, angry, and worried. Think about how you gotta get this information, blang update about all about the emergency. Might you listen lang a radio, watching but news on the television, and check the bomb weather app. Think about who can help but you in emergency. Might you gotta be bleacher man, firefighter, Red Cross mob, anti-emergency service mob, St. John ambulance mob, and blang your family and neighbors. Step 2. How will I help them but me blang emergency? Talk got people blang your community blang what to do when emergency. Think about who might can help them but you in an emergency. Might him gotta be your family and neighbors and all emergency services mob. Who can help them but you? Got emergency. Might gonna be old people got them pickaninny, and young kid, and people might who live on their own. Make sure everybody along in your family sabi where to go and meet if emergency happens. Step 3. Get everything ready, bala. Make an emergency plan, bring you and your family and all the pets. You can use them by Red Cross mob, Get Prepared app, or a Ready plan. Think about any special things, Mari, you wanna keep them but safe in emergency. Put them but all the important paper and ID in a plastic bag so they can't get wet. Make sure you sabi what them but do and where to go if we get them but emergency. Step 4. Pack them about your things. Water, dagger, torch, radio or wireless, mobile phone, medicine. Pack them up all different things and pack them up all things for after the emergency too. All different things that will help them but you. Follow them by my formula, ready plan steps and get yourself ready.
On territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble. All sorts of animals can be on the road, so watch out. And if the weather is bad, slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
How about doing but St. John Ambulance First Aid CPR? What we tell but you now could help but you blanga save somebody's life. Try blanga remember these mob things in case you can help but somebody blanga emergency. If you find but somebody you worried blah, check them but blanga danger first, then you can help them but all about. Danger might gotta be smoke, dog, muriga, fire, glass, water or road. If you find them but somebody who look like mighty they sleeping, try but wake them up all about. Talk to that person first, but try wake him up but all about, shake him but all about, and ask all about question. If you think there's an emergency or that person can't wake up but, you to call them but 000 if you got them but phone. You can also send them but somebody blang around and get them but help. Make sure you don't leave them but that patient. Next, you gotta check them but blang at the airway. Look inside like a patient mouth and see if anything block them but all about throat. If anything there inside, you gotta roll them but that patient along a side. And use them but two ball of finger, blang a clear but that throat. Roll them but that patient, lung at their back. Check blang a find out if that patient is breathing. Hold them but one ball of hand over the mouth, but no more two glow up. Blang a feel if all about breathing. Put them but one ball of hand along a chest, blang a feel them but if that chest is moving up and down but. If the young patient is breathing, put them but one ball of arm play him out the side. Then that another one arm, put him at that finger along a shoulder, put him up one ball a knee, and roll him by that patient over, along a side. Lift him up all about chin, blang help him but all about breathe. They got that patient till ambulance him come. Then their clinic mob or care flight mob will come blang a help. If that patient him stop breathing, you gotta start him but CPR. Put him but your whole hand on top lang that another one hand and keep but your arm straight. Then the bottom part of your hand, put him but lang that middle part of that patient's chest. Push down but lang that patient's chest and you gotta do him but 30 times. And same time, keep but your arm straight and keep but your hand lang that patient. You can look deep below on this person and push down but lang that dummy's chest. Push down money that far, lining up got a height, got to that person's shoulder. Close them but that nose, got to your finger, lift them but that head all the way back and give 2 ball of breath. If you no more want to give them but breath, make sure you keep doing but that pushing lang all about chest. Keep on doing but till help arrive. If that unpatient him start breathing, roll him over but lung at their side again. Stay got all about till ambulance come. Then the clinic mob or care flight mob will come and help all about. Ball of pickaninny, you don't have to push him but so hard. If that unpatient in pickaninny, use him but 2 ball of finger, lung a push him but into all about chest and give him but all about little one breath. How? But treat him but burns. If you get him but burn along your skin, use him but cold water straight away. Dijan blang a stop him but that burnt part from hurt him but. Use him but clean running water. If you burn him but mijal, use him but cold water. Blang a help him but cool him but down. And make sure you use him but that clean one, tap water. Blang a take him but that pain away from that burn. Where you burn him but mijal, you to hold him but lang a water for 20 minutes. Next one, you to wrap him but that burn, got a plastic from Glad Wrap. Lang a protect him but that wound and keep him but clean. No more use him but bandage or him got a stick. If they can burn him big one, go lang a shower and run him but cold water over it and put him but that water lang a that burn part. If they an emergency, call him but 000 and go lang a clinic. What to do but when you're bleeding. If you get him but cut and in bleeding big mob, first pala you gotta push him down hard, got your hand, langa that cut, langa stop him but that bleeding. When you can, use him but clean one pad or bandage, langa push him down and stop him but that bleeding. Use him but bandage, langa hold him but that pad, langa that cut and stop him but that bleeding. If they can bleeding and no more stop, or if emergency, you to call them but 000 and take them but lang a clinic. Help look after them but sore or cut. If you got a little one cut or sore, keep them but clean so you can't get infected and so you don't get sick pala one. Wash them but your finger good pala way. Gotta soak first. Do them dijan before you fix them up at that sore or cut. Dijan blang stop but them germs blang getting in. When you wash them but your finger, use them but soap first. Scrub them but good pala way. Then use them but water. Blang wash them away but that soap and dirt. Next, wash them but that sore cut got a warm soapy water, or you can use them but salty water. If you never got a warm one water, cold water is okay. Just make sure that on water is clean. Use them but clean dressing that never been used. Blang wash them but that cut or sore. Cover them but that cut got a clean one band-aid so it can't get infected. If dog or bat been bite them but you gotta come but like clinic straight away so it can't get infected. Water seem like little but a thing, but long emergency, make sure you and your family drink them but plenty of water so you no more get them but sick or tired. Drink them but water, long make sure you got them but enough water long your body. Soft drink no more good one for you. Long keep them but enough water long a body. You gotta drink them but water cause them good but a one for you. Keep them but that bottle and carry them got you. Long fill them up but again. Some people they don't bring them but enough water long emergency. Bring them but more water than you reckon you gotta need them but. If you're going long a bush or a long trip, make sure you're taking but enough water got you. Prepare them but big mob water blang a trip. Heat wave. Sometimes it can get hot pala one and really sticky. Them last blang a long time and they call it again heat wave. That on heat wave and can be like us for that on here in Northern Territory and it can be probably dangerous. Blang get ready for heat wave. Sit down and let him blow your body cool down but. No more run around but. No more making but yourself get hot pala one. Sit in the shade like a shady tree. Drink about lot of water. No more leaving but people and animal lang a locked up muriga. Matches and lighters, they no more toys. Matches and lighter, lang a grown up. They're not for little one kid blang a play got 'em. Kimber all a matches and lighters lang a safe place. Well a pickaninny can't find 'em but. If you find 'em but matches or lighter, lang a ground or lang a bush, don't play got 'em. Or give 'em but lang a big people. Don't play got a matches or lighters. You might burn 'em but me yar. We gotta look after 'em but blowy house and country. Don't just light 'em but fire. Campfire Safety. Make sure when you make a campfire, im lang a clear area where no more grass, scrub or branches hanging over lang that fire. Sleep little bit long way from fire where I'm safe and put 'em but najam up thing way from that fire, especially things that can easily burn 'em but like gas bottle and jerry can got a fuel.
Stop.
If you can, use them but probably one fireplace, like ground oven with big mob clear area around it. Make sure you can control them but that fire, no more make them but really big bala one. Be careful when you light them but fire. Never use them but any kind of liquid like petrol blanga make them but burn. You can quickly make them but big bala fire and burn them but you. Put them at the campfire, got a water when you leave. You can use them but leftover water from your washing up, put them at that campfire. Never leave them but fire without somebody watching but. If you go away from that on fire for a little bit time, and especially nighttime, put them at but got a bucket of water. Pile them up at your rubbish and put them at lang a rubbish bin. If that on rubbish bin pile catch fire, it might get out of control. When a old muriga and tire burn, it make them but poisonous black smoke. They can smoke in them good blanga your health and it can burn blanga couple of days. Be careful when you light them but fire. If you look any fire and burning and it out of control, put them at but, or you can call langa 000. People who can help them but we got them but lot of people langa we community who here blanga help them but we. They can mind them but we, so we no more langa any danger. Emergency in time when some of the people they get upset. Let's all try mind them but myself. Emergency service workers help them but we when cyclone or flood. They wear them but orange color clothes and they subby one them but do in any emergencies. All about animal, him named Paddy the Platypus. Him like blanga come langa all a school and teach him about all a piginini, blanga safety langa cyclone. Red Cross workers look after them but people before emergencies. And when that emergency is happening, and they help them but after. That on clinic staff langa St. John ambulance, they help them but we blanga stay healthy and they show them but we have like give them but first aid. Listen but langa bligemen, they help look after them but blowy community, so nobody can get hurt. Thank you blanga watching but our picture. We hope you've been liking but the picture and feel ready blanga emergency. If you want about more information about what you've been look langa picture, go look langa bligeman, langa police station, or go langa clinic.